We don't have an intro.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out a new intro. You know what my favorite intro was? When we spun the chairs around.
Oh, come on.
That was my favorite intro of all time.
Federal election. So right off the bat, I say federal election. Sean says, I'm a liberal.
I'm a liberal.
What's the liberals' platform?
The liberals' platform is taking care of everybody. I feel the liberals, they're not selective, right? I found the liberals to be the ones that no matter what money you make or what money you don't make, no matter what color you are, no matter what color you're not, you are a liberal in sense of
My only problem with your Liberal Party right now is that they're implementing the vaccine passport, which is going to discriminate against people and won't allow them access to places like your store without being able to show that they've got the vaccine. You might not even be able to work here based on what the liberal, if you didn't have your vaccine.
That's what they're trying to do.
And what? Nobody else is saying that?
Okay, so I'm going to run through. So this is the problem. Pete, we're talking federal election. Off the bat, do you have an idea of who you're going to vote for?
Orange.
Yeah.
NDP. What's
and the person that
calling racial slurs.
who?
Sing.
Jagmeet Singh was a.
Windsor.
I don't believe that.
Yelling racist slurs at the guy.
Oh, they were yelling racist slurs at him.
So
don't
don't go there.
He can't win. Sorry, but he can't win.
So P's saying that's who he's going to actually vote for, the NDP. My only problem, or what I've been looking for this election, are what parties are saying that they're against the vaccine passport, right? And NDP,
NDP says they're against the vaccine passport?
no, nobody is. The main parties are all for it. The main parties are all for defaulting with public health. Actually spoke to one of the ministers that's running in the Hyde Park area. He was kind of walking around canvassing. And I literally ran after him and I was like, what are your thoughts on the vaccine passport? Like, where do you stand on it? And he's like, he hasn't really made up his mind yet. He's going to default towards what public health says.
Me personally, I'm not traveling. I'm not worried. Okay, if I know that I need a vaccine passport to go somewhere, I'm not going somewhere. I'm staying where I am.
Sean, the problem is you're going to need a vaccine passport to come into this place, depending on who's in power.
If they're going to put it to that level where you can't come into work without a vaccine passport, well then I'm going to have to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
You understand? But I won't allow anybody to give me the vaccine besides my doctor, my physician, that has been my doctor my whole life. Well, when they get it,
Are doctors doing vaccines? 'Cause I don't think doctors are doing vaccines.
No.
a physician?
Yeah,
they won't give it to them for
Your
some
family
reason.
doctor should be the one giving you the
Why
vaccine.
is it a school can
They're
give
not?
you a vaccine?
Why are you getting a vaccine in the parking
That's
lot?
weird.
In a parking lot.
Okay, so what I wanted to
Shouldn't there
do,
be a
Doctor
doctor?
is giving me a vaccine.
That's what I'm saying.
usually every election, I have you guys play blind election, where I kind of just read out what the parties stand for and then see who you guys are really voting for based on like what it says. This year, however,
The reason why I vote liberal is because I voted liberal since Trudeau, the father.
I know that's everybody. That's a lot of
And
people.
when you look
are
at
like
coming from the West Indies,
yeah.
it was Pierre Trudeau
Yes.
that backed us coming to this
He
country.
came up with the point system
because
that
he
allows a
knew
lot
that
of people from the
letting us
Caribbean to
to
come
this
up.
country is going to be more productive
Yeah.
as a country.
No, Trudeau's gonna win.
Trudeau's going to win.
I'm voting.
Trudeau's gonna win because Trudeau.
You're voting, sorry.
Trudeau already knows.
Yes.
I'm just picking up.
But like you said,
Sorry, I'm just.
but the vaccine passports, he knows that none of these other parties can say they're going to do something against that.
They can say that. Okay.
But
So
they're
that's
not,
the thing.
though. They
There are other parties. So what I wanted to focus on. So Pete, you know how every year we play blind election, where I read you guys the platforms and then I see who you guys would really vote for? This year I kind of just wanted to shine light on the lesser known parties that people don't even know about and read their platforms.
Forrest stirs up the
Nobody got
emotions,
caught.
man.
They were lying. You saw that on the news. They charged $20,000 to the 2 American people. That's a lie.
What?
They're just saying
For their
that.
vaccine passports? Their fake ones?
Yeah, but that's crossing the border. But I don't believe that. I just think they're doing that. Like, yeah, try it. We'll charge you $20,000.
So I found a list of all the parties that are running for power. There are like over 20 parties, you guys. Even though we kind of think of the system as like 4 or 5, there are like 20 different parties.
Yeah.
So these are some of the parties that I found. One of the parties that I found, and this one's really cool, the Animal Protection Party of Canada. So their whole thing is to create a government that will protect animals, empower people, and preserve the environment. So they believe that the most pressing issue in Canada is climate change. The most pressing issue in Canada is climate change?
Yeah, so why talk about it? We did it.
We can't really dismiss that though. We can't, well, I don't know.
You guys did that, so let's not air it out.
Okay.
The government don't air out, so let's not air out.
They say, okay, but Pete says they
How many
can't.
people live in Canada?
How many people?
I don't know, like 10 million?
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
the mob,
We're a
though.
small amount of people. We shouldn't be dealing with climate control.
The Taliban and the Taliban killing all those Afghans.
They
You
believe,
think they got problems here? We don't got problems here, man.
okay, so they believe the number one problem is climate change.
Syria is in a drought for water. I feel for the kids, man. I don't care.
And one of the ways that they think that would help would be to end subsidies to oil and gas companies, and then to increase programs that encourage developing alternative energies. So like electric cars, stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen overnight. That stuff, that's like, what do they call those? Pipe dreams. That's not going to happen overnight, and there's no party that's going to come in and make these things happen.
Well,
I
they
just
promised
can't
to
see
do it first term. They want to prohibit deforestation. So these are things that are a problem. I don't know if you guys remember Earth Day at school, like deforestation and clear cutting. That stuff does affect the environment. So the environment is an issue.
Dangerously high.
Um,
There's 96 wildfires.
Listen to this
in
though.
Canada.
They want
96
to.
wildfires in Canada.
Yeah.
They're in Greece. They're in Turkey.
Yeah.
There's landslides. Like the Earth, I don't think has ever been. U.S. has not had 96 wildfires.
So what are you saying?
ever.
That it is a problem?
Oh yeah, global warming.
That's what they're saying. They're
So
saying it's our number one problem,
who's the bad
and we should
guy?
focus more on it.
listen,
I'm the
guys.
bad guy.
That's our future. That's just how the future is.
This is what they're saying,
the
that we
ice
have to pay
age.
more attention to
They
it.
had the ice age. Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Friendly? Hey, you're
No government can fix the problem. That's what I guess my point is that no government, no matter NDP, liberal, conservative, no government, U.S., whatever, can fix a global warming problem because it's too late. Because all of them that have been digging, all of them that have been digging, and all of them that have been taking the resources from the world are too powerful to say, "Oh, I'm going to stop now."
One of the things that they try to do
These
is like
companies aren't gonna
put
stop
higher
that.
taxes on them for high polluting and stuff like that.
They don't care. Tax on those rich people. They really don't care because they know that they're still getting another $1 billion by doing that. By digging up more resources, by selling more oil, by digging up more diamonds, they know that they're going to make more money than the fine that they're putting out.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You have to opposite it. If you know that you're going to be losing more money than what you fine for, then
That's what they do.
Maybe
That's
we'll need
definitely,
to
they do
change.
that. They do that.
So-
they do that.
I
Yeah.
think the powers are going to have a hard time to change what is a disaster already coming.
But we have to do something about it. I'm worried that in 30 years we're gonna wish we'd focused on the environment.
30 years.
In 30 years we're gonna wish we'd focused on the environment.
30 years.
Damn water soon.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay.
Every year the
Okay.
water supply goes
The
down.
generation that you're talking about in
But-
30 years from now. So if
but-
my son now decides in 30 years from now, if my son now decides in 30 years from now, that I care about the environment, and he didn't care when he was 16, it's not gonna work.
That's what I'm saying.
Lisa,
So we should start now, Sean.
We care. We care.
Yeah.
Normal, everyday people care. But
Yeah.
the people at the top don't give a damn.
Yeah.
They're still dumping stuff in the water. The plastic that's in Africa, like the places where they're shipping these things, why are they still making plastic bottles then?
Well, they just
So if they care so much, that's what I'm saying. We can care as much as we want. It's not going to change anything. It's just a topic that we talk about. Nothing's ever going to
They've
become
got
of it.
they've got
Man,
plans
they're still
though.
polluting the world.
And they were bouncy, and the kids would jump out of them because they didn't know safety.
Yeah.
There was no buckles.
Yeah.
There was no. But and
Things
then
changed.
Construction workers would free fall. But now
Yeah.
there's more accidents now because there's so much safety precautions and everything. Now people are so cautious towards things that there's more accidents.
So you're saying
now.
that caution is going to cause more
No.
pollution to the environment? Okay.
No.
Well, let me actually present their most interesting platform because they're called the Animal Protection Party of Canada. They believe that animals should have a minister to protect their rights.
Animals?
Animals should have
Okay.
a minister to protect their
You know
rights.
you do your camera?
Animals should have a minister to protect their rights.
You know what I want
No,
you to
come
do?
on, that's not. Yeah, let me just get his response on it.
I don't agree.
No.
Animals are animals. We just need to treat them properly. They don't need a minister.
I want you to put a dog left outside of a gas station somewhere and leave it with no water or nothing. You're gonna have more people attend to that than a homeless guy with nothing on the street. They already did a study. No, they put a homeless guy on the street.
Yeah.
Everybody passed. Nobody. You seen the dog there? Everybody's giving it water, giving it buying it food. But the homeless guy is sitting there.
Okay, but if somebody kicks and punches you, you have a right to arrest them. A dog doesn't really have the same rights. So no minister for animals.
No, man. Like this stuff only goes on in Canada or in North America. This is a North American thing. You go to Jamaica,
Picking up
dogs,
shit, which is basically a manure, which is basically good for the environment and the grass. Okay, no wonder grass don't grow no more, because there's no natural human.
Oh, you're saying people shouldn't have to pick up the dogs? Yeah. People shouldn't have to pick up the dogs.
Because you know what? When it was sitting
What
before-
if he's eating potato tots?
So another party, another lesser known party, the Communist Party. There's actually the Communist Party actually runs each year.
China. There you go.
So let
Thanks
me
for
read
letting
what
all the
Communist
Chinese
Party
in.
is saying their platform.
A communist state.
This guy.
Okay, this is whatever he
Turn it off.
says. Don't worry about what he
No,
says.
I have. Hey,
The way I
look.
grew up, though, what's
Hey,
so
let me
interesting?
say
1
something.
second.
No,
What's
I
so
have- let
interesting
me
is
say
the way I
something.
grew up.
Hold
1
on.
second. The way
They
I grew
wanna
up
let
understanding. The way I grew up.
3,700 Talibans in our country now, and give them $2,000 as soon as they touch the ground. And you got got the land stolen from them and are sleeping on streets that can't even get $2,000 from the government because they ain't got no credentials because they've been in the 60s scoop and they don't even know who the father is or who their real name is.
No.
And
Okay.
you want to bring 3,700 people?
From the Taliban.
How's that work?
They actually.
Let me read some of the Communist Party's
They know
platform.
what they're doing.
So understand, growing up,
Plane coming
it
out.
wasn't until nowadays with lockdowns and stuff like that that I'm hearing communism is a bad thing. Growing up, I was told that communism is actually a good thing. That communism is better
On paper,
than
it's good.
capitalism.
on paper it's good.
This is it.
But
Okay.
then absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I don't trust the
And-
absolute power. I didn't
well,
realize
I'm
that's what
saying.
it even was.
But that's communism, though.
This
That's what
is
they're
what-
saying. Everybody's supposed to be even. But when you check it out, like communism in Cuba, for
Yeah.
instance, most people can't afford to be playing golf and stuff like that.
And
but
they don't have
Castro's out
access
there-
to stuff,
Castro's playing golf.
right?
Castro doesn't have to
Yeah.
live on rations. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Well,
exactly.
before he died or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what I mean.
Okay.
Communism is
This
a
is what.
$10
Okay, let me
haircut.
read. Let me
That's
read
what
what
it
their
is.
platform is because this is good stuff. Build 1 million units of affordable housing. Impose strong penalties against corporations that break the law. Right. So man like Bezos that's not paying taxes and stuff like that. Like figure out how that goes.
But he's Bezos.
Raise the minimum. I'm not talking about Bezos. Just the Communist Party. Raise minimum wage to $23 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Kids get on a truck. It's better than not.
Raise minimum wage to $23 an hour.
This is the Communist Party.
This is what the Communist Party's platform.
Yeah, what's going to suffer for that, though?
Will it happen?
Yeah, what's going to suffer?
Will it happen?
Yeah, if this is their platform.
Hey, yo, come to my shop and I'll give you a $10 haircut. That's a communist movement,
Yeah,
man.
everybody
You know?
gets the same pay.
They-
Everybody
yeah.
gets the same
You
pay.
can't be-
Nobody gets extra. It doesn't matter if you're.
Well, they also want to end poverty. That was on their website. End poverty.
Well, it depends if you're rich.
Look at places
No.
like Cuba. They
If
tried
you're
it.
Poor, then
They're
you
poor
can
people. There's
understand
tons
it.
of poor people
If you're
over there.
rich, then you're not gonna understand it. It's that simple.
And ask China how that works.
If I was rich, would I want to get the same pay as the poor? Because I worked hard all my life.
That's why they leave it.
Maybe not.
I inherited some.
Maybe not.
Ginger ale and sell it for $1.25. That costs $6.
I believe in communism.
Like 12 cans.
That's why they come here.
They sell it in
I
the
believe
little
in
grocery
communism.
store.
Yeah, some people
I
like.
believe in checkpoints. They could do checkpoints and everything. As long as everybody's treated the same equal. It's like if you break the law, you're going to jail. Everybody's treated the same. You wear the same clothes. You wear the same, eat the same food. Everything.
I don't know.
I don't. Everybody has their own.
It doesn't
What do you
sound so
think?
good to
What do you
me.
think?
Communism?
I-
The Centrist
I
Party.
believe-
What is communism? I just
No,
told
but
you.
I'm
I told you. I grew up
I do.
understanding. Okay, this is the truth. I grew up when I was 12. We went to Cuba. I saw Cuba.
Yeah.
We had to help the entertainers there. We had to help them buy clothes. We had to help them buy toilet paper, basic stuff. They were racist
Today,
against.
now
They were
that it's
racist
not
against. They were
communist.
racist against my mother because she had locks. The police were coming up to her on the beach because black people aren't allowed on the beach. So I've seen communism that way. But then my understanding,
Cubans are black.
sorry, 1 second, babe. As my mom was a socialist, right? So growing up that way, so I was told, communism is good. You kind of
so-
want things to be
So how is things
even and
improved
equal,
in
and
Cuba
equality is
today?
good. But then I turn around now, and then people are attributing all of this lockdown and a loss of our power to communism. So I'm not even sure really what communism flipping is right now. Like I'm so
You're right,
confused about
you're
it.
right.
But this is what the Communist Party's platform is.
And that's in Canada.
In Canada.
It's not gonna.
Then there's the Centrist Party.
It's just all the different parties.
These,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
there's
what
like
I'm saying
20
is
different
that-
ones. So I just pulled like 5 that you probably never heard of. The Centrist Party. So these are people that consider themselves in the middle, right? They're saying they want to bring transparency to Canadian government, so end corruption and
That sounds
scandal,
like the common sense party that we're trying to
right?
do.
Maybe actually. They want to put Canada's economy first. They believe that's the most important issue right now in Canada, putting Canada's economy first. Which is interesting because we never really talk about Canada's economy that way.
No.
Like in terms of like becoming like players on the world stage and stuff. Hey, eliminate systemic racism.
Hey guys, you know what? Discrimination.
Eliminate systemic racism.
What does
So
that
for
mean?
them, it means
What does that mean exactly? Systemic?
well, they're equating it to. They're saying Canada was built on racism, starting with even just the implementation of the residential schools.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But remember, people used to break the law. Doesn't matter what color you were, and they used to hang them downtown, and they'd all show up, and everybody would be like, "Yeah."
That's horrible.
It doesn't matter what color you were. You know, I learned that from Mark Saunders, the police chief. He said something one time. I was like, that's actually true. 'Cause I remember reading a book like that. I forgot about it.
And then P, the Centrist Party. So these are guys that are in the middle. They don't consider themselves left or right. They want to increase the age limit of recreational cannabis to 25. Yeah, because
I
they
agree
said
with that.
the human brain doesn't
not
finish
fully
developing
developed.
until 25.
You get burnt
Yeah.
out.
I agree with that.
Tell kids that you get burnt out. You smoke weed, you'll get burnt out.
Right? They're not sure that cannabis isn't like not harmful.
Nah, your brain has to be fully developed, and your brain's not fully developed until you're 25.
You're right.
I had friends that I grew up with that I used to smoke weed with all the time.
Yeah.
And then by the time my friend turned 15, he couldn't smoke weed no more. He smoked weed. I'm
Schizophrenia.
planning on doing.
Yeah, yeah, it gives you schizophrenia.
But
when
before
you're
that,
too young.
Before that,
Yeah.
we'd smoke weed 11 o'clock every day and watch Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
Every day.
Jenny Jones.
You
Right?
know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that light up
I
there.
know, I already saw.
You see her yet?
Okay. So then there's the People's Party of Canada. So these guys are one of the only people that I see talking about no vaccine passports, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read you their exact platform. So when it comes to COVID, they believe protect the most vulnerable, but not everybody should be locked down. So make sure old people are vaccinated, people with pre-existing health conditions are vaccinated, but not everyone should suffer from being locked down. Then they believe
They're gonna do it to
they want to
everybody.
fire Theresa Tam, the health minister.
The Chinese lady?
Yeah,
Why?
because they feel like this is what this party's saying.
Did she get
The
her
People's
shot?
Party.
Did she get her shot?
I don't know if she got her shot.
Well, I noticed they faked them with a lot of people when they go to act like they're giving the vaccine. They're like, oh, yeah, you got it, yeah, whatever. And they didn't really get it because they're showing that on,
But fire her. The thing is, she's kind of been the spokesperson, and I don't even know how much information she actually knows, like scientifically.
I like Bogash. Tim
Um,
Bogash, I like him. He's
so
real.
yeah, so I'm with that. The
He
only
tells
problem
us
is,
straight.
then we move into and
Sam?
repeal the vaccine passports altogether. So no vaccine passports won't
you're
happen.
not gonna
You
be
won't
able
need
to-
a vaccine passport to go anywhere.
I seen a guy in the news the other day. He said, yo, I'm a Raptors fan. I want to go and watch the Raptors. I don't believe it's everything against about being a Canadian, but I had to get my shot.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
to go to watch the
There you go.
Raptors. I'm like, yo, I feel that.
But one of the things this party
That's
wants
what
to
made
do,
it
Unless
though,
I get some fake
the
paperwork.
flip side of this, because I've been looking for parties to vote for that are against the vaccine passport, that are for just more like lockdown regulations that make sense. But this is the flip side. Eliminate all funding to promote multiculturalism.
Why
So
do
they're
they want
against
that?
the idea of multiculturalism.
This is the same party.
This is the same party. So
Yeah,
you gotta read further along in their platform.
Yeah.
I
They're
have one
against
question.
multiculturalism and
One question.
okay, and they want to curtail any regulations that go against free speech because Bill C-10 and stuff like that's the internet. So they're hitting a lot of points for me. They're hitting like
warfare is
maybe
coming
10
too.
points for me.
Russians are gonna kill all the cyber. Nobody's gonna have internet. Nobody's not gonna be able to look at their phones. Watch,
We'll
it's
see.
coming. Why do you believe that we should get vaccinated, or why we shouldn't? What your opinion? Everybody's opinion is different. I want to hear opinions. Why do you?
I'm for freedom
think
of
we
choice.
Need a vaccine.
I'm for freedom of choice.
And what it'll
Now,
do
what
to
we're
us.
seeing right now, scientifically, because it's still out, what we're seeing right now is that in places like Sweden, where they've allowed people to choose whether or not they want to be vaccinated, where they've protected the most sick, they've been effective in kind of
Sweden's
eradicating
very
the
fair.
virus. I'm against lockdowns. I'm not against people getting vaccinated. And I'm against vaccine passports. I'm not against people getting vaccinated. I'm against mandatory vaccination,
Exactly,
but I'm
you're
not
right.
against people getting
Exactly.
vaccinated. You just can't make
That's
it this
it.
thing that ends people's lives if they choose not to.
Like,
You
if
should be
I
able to have a
wanna go to
choice.
Cuba, I
You know,
can't
all
go.
cops have to get vaccinated now, you guys.
I know.
Did you see that? The police don't have a choice.
Fighting back though. No, they're winning. They're actually winning.
I didn't see that. I didn't see anybody's winning anything.
CDSB schools are mandatory vaccines.
The teachers too,
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
right?
But the police, they're saying the punishment is whatever. You don't want to get vaccinated, you get fired.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You have to be
So what do
vaccinated in
you
order to be a
think
police
about that?
officer.
What do you think?
I just said
Why do you
I'm
think when
against
people
it
are-
being mandatory.
Why do you think when people are working, they're paying them $150 to go get a shot and stuff? Why are they making it so mandatory?
Why do you think they're making it mandatory?
'Cause-
None of us knows.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody
I
has
know,
the answer.
I know why.
Why do you
Do you
think?
know what it does?
why.
Do you know what it
Why
does?
do you think?
They're trying to keep track of people that are in Canada. That's what they're trying to do.
By
They're
making
trying
it
to-
mandatory?
It's slow kill.
They're
Well, I'm
keeping
just
track
saying,
of you
like,
by
they're
this.
doing.
Your phone
There's
is
a
keeping
theory.
track.
There's a theory.
No, I know, but my phone's on WhatsApp, so
If you look at the
Not
Jesse
really.
Ventura conspiracy theories, when the lady flew up from and met the guy in Guatemala, and she started telling you about all the baby formula and everything these governments do, presidents.
Okay,
everybody
so
from
what
all over
about the
world,
vaccine?
It's called slow kill. It's slow kill. It's not something that's gonna make you. I don't know. Did it come from the aliens? Like where they learn their how you putting something in me that. That's the next thing they're gonna say is that the aliens, all these alien sightings are all the government with us, and now they're gonna make it seem like the aliens are coming to. Now everything's everything. You got to be under government law because the aliens are taking over. It's them putting everything.
I
in
keep
the
waiting
air.
for the
No,
alien
that's the truth, brother.
storyline to pop up. Who do you plan on voting for anyways this election? Are you planning on stepping out from the norm, or are you just gonna go with like a party that you know?
We don't make that happen?
I'm not gonna waste my vote. I didn't like any of those other
Yeah.
parties that you just told me about. I think all those parties that you spoke about should join forces because a lot of them have some good points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I said,
That's gonna be the next.
it's gonna be liberal. Who am I voting for? I'd have to go liberal again.
No, you cannot. I cannot let you guys give Trudeau your vote. Trudeau's the one that locked this store down. You know
They
that,
helped me
right?
to
Trudeau's
make
the
it
reason
this
why
far.
you guys were out of business all
I
that
know,
time.
I
That
know.
was
Same
Trudeau
reason why-
himself.
They funded-
Trudeau is the same reason why West Indians are here in this country in the beginning.
His father came up with a point system for immigrants.
Yeah, but you know
All
what?
right, that doesn't-
We
that
have
has nothing to do with the young
We have
Trudeau.
to remember that without
No, I'm
Pierre
sorry.
Trudeau,
I'm sorry.
There is no Justin
I'm
Trudeau.
sorry. I'm
And
sorry.
They voted in Justin
Young Trudeau is bringing in
because they
tyranny.
believed in him.
He's bringing in tyranny. Do you understand? It's not fair that people can't go to work without getting a
Rob
jab.
Ford
It's
is
not fair that
tyranny.
you might not be able to walk into this barbershop without having a vaccine. Do you understand that's what he's
Yeah, but
doing?
before
And then
the
he's standing in
vaccine,
front of people
they
saying,
asked
I'm
us
not
to
a...
fill out a form to
They're all
come
doing
in
it
here.
though, Lisa. They're all doing it. There's no difference between Trudeau
We have to
and
find, I know, we have to find somebody else to vote for is what I'm saying.
Who are you gonna put in?
I have to keep doing my research. I haven't found
Who
the
do
right
you
party.
feel is better than Trudeau?
I'm telling you, my vote was going to go to the People's Party of Canada until I
And
read
who's
their
the leader
platform.
of that? Who's the leader of that party?
It's this older white man. I can't remember what his name is.
Oh, Orin? Or what's his name?
I heard that O'Toole from the PC party is also against. I'm just going for whoever's against vaccine passports and lockdowns. You got for me. That's my main priority. That's my main voting point.
I'm not worried about traveling, and I'm not worried about.
I know you're not worried about traveling and anything else. I'm worried about
when there's
it.
another lockdown, am I going to get my full government check? The liberals will give me a full government check.
NDP will give you a bigger check than the liberals. I just cannot. Okay, I cannot.
What kind of lockdown?
I'm talking
Can't
about
buy a Starbucks in the morning because it's closed and there's only, you gotta wait in line.
any kind of lockdown, especially as small business owners, is no bueno. It's just no good.
Oh,
But
no,
I'm
yeah.
worried that a lot of people feel like Sean. A lot of people are okay so long as they get a little pay.
Hey,
Right? I'm not okay with
Justin
vaccine
Trudeau's
passports.
been good to me, man, so I can't lie.
I'm okay if they pay me more than I made. Don't pay me less.
NDP will pay you more than you make. NDP will give you a good wage.
But I ain't blowing on my damn back.
I'm good.
I didn't know what party is.
Okay, let's talk some hip hop, Kev.
You got the quote.
Did you see the flipping Kanye West new device, the stem player?
I've seen one before. One was out like about 4 or 5 months ago.
No, I thought he's the one that invented it. What do you mean one was out?
No. There's another one that's out. Actually, it's even more detailed.
There's no way. I thought he was the one that invented that technology. Kanye West, the stem player. Did you see it? You can like mix his songs and stuff like that and loop them yourself.
I don't really
It's like
bum
crazy.
Kanye. I bum Conway. You know what I'm saying? I like Kanye.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I give Kanye respect. He's creative.
Yeah.
But I don't really think
what
since
I like?
you know he fell off after the. Remember he came up with "To the Wire." That was all right because that was real.
That was his first single.
After that,
After that,
he
so you're
wasn't
saying
on
from the
it.
beginning he fell off.
Yeah, he wasn't on it.
No, no, this
That's
is
him.
the Kanye.
You ever hear a white boy sing something like this? Well, yes, I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Cause I've been there and I've done it. And I'm riding shotgun with my long gun, extra clip in my back pocket. Same time I'm riding to Zion in every day of my life.
It's good.
With my conscience clear, getting closer to God. Whistle up, youngsters at same time. How come instead of reason I'm squeezing them cup a shot, lay a flap on your back, line in the chocolate in the bog, then in the morgue, the freezer, them not the death till I deal them. Too much gun in the land, I end up in a run. Now little youth I shed blood on them, no know if it on. How they cooking them gun, it is the government plan. Not even them own family blood that them have on them hand. I'm a turn innocent man.
Is this these are your lyrics?
Lord.
I can't
That's why
find
I'm
it.
riding shotgun.
No. Okay, wait. Because this is controversial.
We need that on my camera. Just
Are you sure you didn't first see it from Kanye West?
It's not Kanye's. It's another company.
Did you see the stem thing that Kanye created to play his music on?
What?
The stem player that Kanye created. So he created this little device. It's like a speaker, right? And while you're playing the songs, you can speed it up, you can double it, you can limit the things. Like you can basically, make the song your own and have it play on the speaker over and over.
Wow.
Kevin's trying to say, oh, that's not Kanye's invention. That's, as far as I know, that's the first time I've ever seen it in my life. And it's going to ship out with the actual song.
Wow.
Right?
It's not nervous.
Come
So
on.
when is his album coming out?
September 3rd, but here's the drama. Drake announced today, he moved it today. Drake announced today on SportsCenter. Drake flipping hacked into SportsCenter in the morning and did something that said CLB is coming out September 3rd.
Well, I like Drake, but
And so then Kanye's like, okay, I'm coming out September 3rd too.
I like Drake, but I like Baka, not nice.
Kanye wants to come out at the same time as Drake, so it's going to be Kanye versus Drake, head in
But I
head,
thought
September
Kanye was
3rd.
supposed to drop his album
September
Sunday.
3rd, Kanye West versus Drake.
I like Baka, not nice, better than Drake, but Drake's sick.
Who's going to win, Drake versus Kanye? September 3rd.
Drake, come on.
Drake.
Kanye.
Kanye don't have the fans.
If he's
Kanye sold out stadiums, though, you guys, 3 times
So what?
for the
So
same
is Drake.
album, for the listening party.
So is
yeah,
Drake.
but Kanye said slavery was a choice.
He did say that.
He said it. I mean, he got into what he meant.
I don't think Kanye could f with Drake because I think Drake has all the little kids.
He has.
Kanye's a producer. Sorry.
Kanye. Okay, put it like this: if Kanye and Drake were here, right?
Yeah.
Kanye would have more of the older crowd.
Yeah.
Drake would have more of the younger crowd and the older crowd combined.
Yeah.
I don't think Kanye can put him.
I feel like the disadvantage right now is the fact that Kanye's had 3 listening parties for the same album.
He's unfootable.
So it's like, who Drake?
Yeah, for sure. Why did Kanye release his address on the internet? What was that about?
I don't know.
Everybody knows where fucking Drake lives. You just have to fucking look it up. Like, what are you doing? Like, show us something.
He doesn't know that it holds no weight in Toronto. Holds no weight. Around the world, though, it might hold some weight.
I like the
Girls already showed up, fans already showed up at his place like months ago at the front of his place, and there was that already hit.
Yeah, he doxed him. Yeah, Kanye put up Drake's address. I think it was more though to be like.
Everybody knows where Drake lives.
That's some dry snitch.
Well, everyone in Canada knows where
I think
Drake
it's
lives.
more. I think it's more of. It's more of the move. I know, but I think it's more of the move. Less so.
Yeah, that's why.
It's more like, yo, this is what I'm doing, because you know what that means usually, right? I feel like it's for what it means. Like we're sending people to you, we're exposing you.
Yeah, he's probably just doing that because Drake said that he's gonna go circle around his house. You don't remember that song?
There you go.
Hold on. It was the song with fucking the you. That's with the Kardashian. What's his name, man? Travis Scott. Him and Drake don't have a song?
Yeah.
Anytime Drake's talking about he's going down the street and going around the corner. That's Kanye's house he's talking about.
That's what Kanye said.
He Kim in that song.
That's Kanye's house he's talking about. Now Kanye wants to come and release the address, bro. He already did that to you, bro. You gotta come with something better than that. You gotta come with something better than that, yay. I like your shoes, though.
I like Baka, not nice. Chabaka.
For sure.
From Pitfield.
Drake and Kanye come out the same day. Who's winning? Who's selling more albums that day?
Is that wrong to say?
You know what? Here's the thing that's gonna happen. I just want to predict it. Everyone is gonna listen to both the albums. So it's gonna be very difficult for me to predict who's gonna win per se, because everyone's gonna listen. If the 2 albums came out on the same day at the same time,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna listen to both the albums. No one's just gonna listen to one without listening to the other.
Yeah.
So, and with streaming,
I will.
Which one are you listening to? You're not gonna listen to Kanye. You're just gonna listen to Drake.
to be totally honest, I'm actually looking forward to listening to the Kanye album.
At the same time,
I want to hear how it sounds from what I've heard so far.
Kanye's album was supposed to drop.
I'm like, whoa.
I love it. There's a few songs that I love.
Yeah, especially that track with
Kanye's good, but
J Electronica.
Yeah, that one's
That
crazy
track's
too.
fire. I'm like, I gotta listen to this.
The
So,
anticipation for
I'll
Drake's
listen to
album
them
is
both.
definitely.
Well,
more
this
than
is it.
Kanye's.
So they're coming out on the same day. Kanye's been waiting for Drake to announce his album release. Drake announced it today. He broke into Sportsnet and basically like threw in his own little commercial, saying that September 3rd. So then Kanye says September 3rd. Who do you think is overselling who? Outselling who
Drake
at this
for
point?
sure. Drake, 100%. Like I said, the anticipation for Drake's album is going to be way more than Kanye's.
Flipping Dylan Roof got death penalty.
who named some?
The kid that killed the 9 people in the church.
Yeah.
They gave him death
I don't
penalty.
even know who the that is.
The little white boy that killed the 9 people in the church, remember?
Oh, and they brought him out in the
Exactly,
handcuffs.
and gave him Burger King after.
And gave him Burger King and all that.
Yeah. Death penalty.
Yeah.
Death penalty.
How old is he? Should have gotten the death penalty.
I don't know. He's young
Killed
though.
9 people.
Yeah.
He killed 9 people in what
In
state?
solitary confinement.
What state is
Oh,
this?
I don't know what state.
Somewhere down
So,
south.
Yo, he's lucky they don't fucking electrocute him.
Well, what's the death sentence? It's probably the needle or
Lethal injection. I believe it's lethal injection right now.
So he'll be the youngest. He'll break a record now.
No, for who they've killed in America?
No, for death sentence.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
Not me.
Gonna be 90?
Yeah, I ain't ending mine. Ending my shit. You crazy? No fucking way will I ever end my ever. No. Ever. Ever. I have kids and grandkids and all these things, bro. I would never ever do that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So my kids can say, yeah, my dad was cool, but he killed himself in jail.
Yeah.
My dad was cool. He got 90 years and killed himself in jail. Nah, bro. My dad was cool. He got 90 years and served shit and made home.
Take as much company as until you go?
Nah, bro. I ain't doing that. So you're good at doing.
So you're saying no?
Not me.
know what?
Death penalty is too much.
For him, I don't know. He should have got tortured.
Too many people.
Torture? Torture's not an option. Torture's not an option, babe.
That's why I'm saying that he shouldn't have gotten a death sentence, because for him to spend that time in jail, and because he'd be in solitary confinement too.
The robot? Did you see it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't read up.
The Tesla robot.
Tesla's got a robot?
Well, they haven't. Yeah, he hasn't officially put out the prototype, but it looks like this. It's like this humanoid.
Oh, really?
His face is going to be like a screen. It's going to be like 5'8", 120 pounds.
It has a
It's going to
body.
be able to. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I Am Legend.
It does kind of look like I Am Legend because it doesn't look that intimidating. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be for like stuff you don't want to do. So like. Just daily tasks, manual labor.
Yeah, repetitive tasks.
I want one of those.
I want one.
You want one?
It won't be as good.
Haven't you seen the movies?
Clean up the house?
Yeah?
I'll take one of
Clean
those
up the
all
house?
day.
What do you mean? Wash the dishes? Yo,
All that stuff.
yo,
Go to the store, groceries.
Yo, I need the raw papers. They're in the second drawer. Crush up the weed. Crush up the weed and then bring it.
thank you.
And roll it too.
I got some grabber in the second drawer. Bring that too. Cut it up.
What?
Yeah.
I got my. You want to cut some weed plants, robot? We got some. We got some weed plants. We got some weed
Okay,
plants to
so
cut.
what about like we've seen in every movie when those good robots turn bad? When Elon Musk and his sweet imagination, he's taken over by that
That's why you
business
just have
partner
to
that
make
has
sure
bad
you
intentions.
just have to make sure you treat your robot extra good. So when your robot gets the switch, he's like, this guy took care of me. I ain't fucking with this guy. This guy's cool. But if you fucking slap your robot and kick it, it's gonna.
You're gonna have AI on it too.
You know what
so
I
it's gonna
mean?
learn.
You have to deal with them good. You can't deal with them like fucking robots. You have to deal with them like people. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm even getting my a whole robot, so he can get off a little bit. Like, yo, go deal with the robot across the street there. Plug this into that. Plug it into that.
That's hilarious.
No, yes. 100% for the robots. Bring the robots.
For sure. And
What's taking so long?
If the robot.
You missed our federal election game. Not game, but I was telling these guys about the different parties that exist.
What do you mean?
Just because we're so used to like Green Party, NDP, Liberal Party, Progressive Conservative
And then
Party.
there's a new one from.
No, there are like 20 different parties.
No, but the main ones. Yeah, we have a party right now. It's called Shop Talk Party. We just go register right now where we could go run for politics.
What are the criteria? What are you looking for in platforms right now to get your vote?
This year, I'll be totally honest. Usually every year, I'm pretty sure of what I'm gonna do. This year, I'm kind of Trudeau f***ed up, man. He shouldn't have called for an early election.
You don't want Trudeau to lose?
I don't want Trudeau to lose, but I also don't want him to win. What I mean by that is I don't want him to have a majority government, but I still want him to be in the position of prime minister. He's kind of two-faced, and I know that.
Two-faced. I blame him for the tyranny.
Trudeau's a perfect
He
two-faced.
wants to introduce vaccine passports to our country. Nobody cares about that.
This is how I look at politicians. Trudeau is the type of politician that practice in the mirror all the time. Right? I mean, you can tell when a politician is over politicking.
Yeah, I feel like
You know what I mean?
I feel like Trudeau's an actor.
So yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's always putting on.
Actually, if he was an actor, he would be a C actor.
A C-lister.
Yeah, a C-lister as an actor.
No, he's over.
He
I'm
can
over
act,
him. I'm so
but
over him.
you can kind of see through it a little bit. But people like that too.
No, I'm
also.
so over him. And him demanding the vaccine passports and him demanding mandatory vaccines.
You know what?
We don't want to hold anybody accountable for this.
Here's the one thing. We gotta understand something with Trudeau. He is not.
One
and I'm gonna
second.
say this.
What?
Bro, what do we say about? There's
I thought you were getting me water,
right
babe.
here and
I
people
didn't
are
touch
working.
it.
It's okay. I
But
thought you were
people are
getting me
working.
water.
You know what? Sorry for yelling.
I thought you
With
were
my
getting me
first
water.
reaction, but you're gonna.
There's
That
some
told you
ice
it's
in it.
dangerous.
Ice water,
So
please.
here's how I
Look, wash your hands.
So okay. So I don't want Trudeau to lose per se, right? But I definitely don't want Ariel Toole to be the prime minister.
He's the only person calling
Hold
for
on,
no
hold on, hold on,
lockdowns
hold on.
and for no vaccine passports.
It's all because
Okay.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Any prime minister, it could be Joe Blow and that becomes prime minister right now, they're going to input a vaccine passport.
Why?
Because-
That's not true.
Because internationally, we have to think of things in a global sense, right? Internationally, governments are doing it.
Not all governments are doing
Not
it.
all, but
Not even all states
okay,
are doing
okay.
it.
Remember, we live in the West, the Western civilization.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So West is North America, Europe.
Exactly. So we've got a
basically
lot of
North
European
America and
countries
Europe,
that aren't
right?
doing it,
They're
and we've
doing
got a
it.
lot of American
They're
states that aren't doing
and at the
it.
end of the day, we've been knowing since as a kid, watching our crazy movies back in the day, Agent Orange and all these conspiracy theory movies from when we were kids in the 80s and 90s. This is not surprising me that a vaccine
This is
passport-
not- listen.
If you're not you personally.
I'm not going to end it at, oh, well, we already knew.
Yeah,
We have a chance
because
to
if-
fight this thing.
Watch this. If, and I'm not saying you personally, Nissa, I'm saying to anyone out there, if you actually really thought that, if you're surprised that this is happening right now, you got another thing coming to you. You're too oblivious to
It's
what,
not
how
about
it is.
being surprised or not surprised. It's about getting active against fighting it. I'm not going to become complacent about it because we saw it coming.
We saw it coming. But
Let's
when
fight it.
Watch this. You cross the street, you see the car coming, it's going to hit you. You can jump out the way, but yet you still are complacent to where the car hit you. And that's where the position that we're in right now.
No.
Okay? And
I believe we are more powerful than we believe.
We're
And we
way-
need to use this opportunity
The term
to
power-
vote Trudeau out
No,
and
and
to
who?
vote those types of tyrannical
For who?
policies
For who?
out.
For
We
who?
can't.
Who?
Listen,
Who?
do you
Who?
want to have
What
to
do
need
they-
a flipping vaccine passport to walk
Listen,
into this place?
you have to have a solution.
No, I'm asking you a question. Do you want a vaccine passport to come into
of
this
course
place?
not.
That's what you're going to require.
But I already know that this battle is already lost. Okay? It's about picking
The battle's
battle.
just beginning. The
Battle's
battle
lost.
begins September 20th.
No, this has been started from since
Fight at the flipping polls.
Canadians, specifically Canadians, okay? We're not, we're fighters, right? But, so for example,
Canadians?
Hold on,
What's bothering me about the black Canadians right now is everybody's talking liberal. Everybody's defaulting liberal, except for my brother back here.
No.
September 20th. What is it going to take to win your vote? What do you want to hear?
I don't need to hear anything. I don't need to hear anything. I want some color in the house.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that too.
That's enough for me.
Yo,
Color in the house.
you know what? Thank you for saying that.
Color in the house.
Jack
Yo,
meat.
I'm done. Color in the house. And he wears a turban. Come on, color in the house.
Yeah, but kind of like, give us a fun. I like the right.
Pete, what is it going to take to win your vote? What do they need to be
I
saying?
agree with that.
Whose vote?
Your vote, September 20th. What is it going to take for a party to win your vote? What do you want to hear? What issues matter to you?
Like I said, I like what some of the other parties that you brought up today said,
Yeah.
with as far as vaccinating the people that the more vulnerable people,
Yeah.
keeping them vaccinated. I believe in freedom of choice.
You want some color in the house, though.
Absolutely, color in there, of
You want some
course.
color in the house, though.
I want to.
But also, of course, funding, because Trudeau did help with funding. What else can I say? And just letting people have their own choices and decisions and making for, especially for business owners and like stuff like that. That's what I'm looking to hear. So any party that's talking like that, then I'm for that party. But I haven't heard that from any other party though. I haven't heard that from the NDP. Not that I'm following it that closely, but I don't hear the NDPs talking like this because I'm sure it would have caught my attention if somebody was talking about this stuff. And the PCs aren't doing anything either, so stick with the evil you know, then the evil you don't know.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, so just in terms of, because Pete was saying he doesn't know and he feels like, because the truth is, especially now that we don't watch television as much, and maybe if you're missing the people canvassing in your neighborhoods, you might not be aware of the issues. People can go to electionscanada.com and there are a list of all the parties, and then you go to their website and it tells you the party platforms. I saw like 20 different parties.
You see,
Yeah.
Canada doesn't do a good job promoting that stuff.
No, they don't.
Well,
really
the truth
care about
is,
No, they do a good job. You
no,
know why?
the
'Cause they don't
truth
wanna
is,
promote
they
it.
don't
why.
want
Exactly.
everybody
They don't
to be
want to.
It's not like
exactly.
it's
So
not
they're
like
doing
America.
a real good job
Yes.
by us not
America
knowing.
has it, It's prime time. They're talking about voting everywhere.
No, but America's
know
just as
exactly
bad
what
too,
to
though, because America's down to
For me, though,
two-party
this
system.
year, the first sign I seen was a green sign
Really? Where?
in Ajax.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was impressed.
People are done.
was the
People are
first
looking
sign
for
I
an
seen was a green
alternative.
sign.
People want an alternative, and people feel frustrated.
I voted green last year for the very first time.
Did I vote green? I feel like I did
voted
vote
green last
It
year.
depends who's running in my
I'm
riding.
usually in between. I vote strategically.
I don't know how I'm going to vote right now because the one party that's talking about
PCs are too strong right now. I don't
the
like
PC,
that.
this
I
is
don't
it, the
like that,
PC
bro.
party. I agree with their
Lockdown, no, I don't want
no
to-
vaccine passport.
Now
I
watch
agree
this.
with their.
No, it's
Then when you look
Come
further,
on.
they're talking about, you know,
Nissa,
they want to end
Nissa,
multiculturalism
Nissa,
and
Nissa.
stuff.
Any party that comes on as part of their platform, I'm telling you right now, any party that says we're not going to bring in vaccine passports, they're lying because
I don't want to leave it at that.
No,
I don't want to
this
leave
is
it
why.
at that.
Because the whole world is adopting
The whole
it.
world is not adopting it. This is what I don't want people
Sorry,
to
the whole
believe.
Western world is adopting
The entire Western world is not adopting it.
what?
So you won't need it in Texas. You won't need it in Florida. You won't need it in Atlanta.
That's a
We
state.
got to look at this
I'm talking
stuff.
about the country.
No, but we got to look at this stuff because what ends up happening is we say, oh, it doesn't matter what's happening anyways. And then we've lost close to 20 different
Here, hold on,
rights,
wait,
you
hold on,
guys.
wait. Vaccine passports are only, how do you say, prohibitive or really affects your life on an international level. Forget the local level.
Look, you can't go to
For example,
concerts. You can't go to restaurants. You can't go to the gym. You can't go to school. You can't be a cop.
Hold
You
on.
can't be a teacher. You
Hold on.
can't be a doctor. You
Hold on,
can't
hold
be a
on, wait,
nurse.
hold on.
That's
Listen,
local,
listen,
babe.
listen, hold on, wait. But it's going to be a patchwork, is what I'm trying to say. Locally, so say for example, Ottawa is going to bring in the vaccine passport, but Toronto won't.
I understand.
And that's-
Not all
and so-
countries are doing it.
Right. So there's going to be a pack. I'm talking about on the local level. Okay?
Yes.
Because to me, there's two types of vaccine passports. There's going to be the vaccine passport that's going to be attached to your passport. Okay. So that way, when they scan your passport in immigration, you've been vaccinated. Okay, you can go through. You don't have to, quarantine or they're going to run around a corner and tie you down and stick you in, like that kind of. And then there's going to be the vaccine passports where, okay, I gotta go to this restaurant here. I show them the card of the pharmacy that I got my needle from. You see what I'm saying? So the impact of this local vaccine passport it's not gonna work here because I already know restaurants are not gonna implement that in Toronto.
They're not.
They don't want to
If
lose
it's
no
the
money.
law, they're going to implement it.
It does-
If you vote in the liberal
law-
government,
hold on.
he's promised
A
to
law-
implement
hold
it,
on.
you
A
guys.
law is only a law when people follow the law, and the law is enforced. Okay?
We'll see.
So this is what I'm trying to say.
I'm
to
just
you.
saying, be careful with your vote
I'm born and
because
raised
you're
here.
going to feel this election, you're going to feel locally. Maybe some other elections you've been able to skip, but you're going to feel this one locally.
Oh yeah. Trust me.
God bless us.
Or if I go to the, imagine you had to come to the bar and say, yo, bro, I'm gonna cut your hair because let me see your vaccine passport. Even though they implement the law, you're not gonna ask me for that. Or the local corner store or the local restaurant. They're not going to enforce that. They're not going to follow it.
If they enforce fines on stores that don't enforce
We don't
it,
have-
then you will see
Doug Ford already-
ask for your vaccine
Doug Ford-
pass
you know
because
what?
they say $20,000. And the one time
Okay, the
they
one-
notice that he doesn't
the
do
one
it, you
up.
think they're not going to watch this shop to make sure? They'll throw $20,000 fine on
Listen,
people. not doing
well,
it.
okay, then I will sit there and say you are targeting here because I want to know how many fines you handed out for this whole block.
There you go. And
Because
guess what?
That means you need enforcement. And Doug Ford already came on TV.
They
and
will
said,
be
"We
enforcing
don't
it,
have
Kev.
enough police
They
to
will be
enforce
enforcing it,
certain
and they'll be
things
making
around
sure
the
to
whole
enforce it in black
anti-vaccine
places like
movement.
this.
He came on TV and up and said we don't have enough manpower to freaking enforce something like that. That means Toronto don't have enough manpower to enforce a vaccine passport. They don't. Period. They don't. Trust me.
Do you see the...
I don't
Anyways,
follow- I
God
don't
bless.
follow.
I hope that most places are able to have freedom of right and don't have to enforce it. I own a store. anything I open up from here on out, I will not be asking people for their medical health before they enter my store.
You're invading my privacy.
All right?
If you ask me. I'll actually
Understand that. That's a promise that I've made. I'm not going to ask my employees to provide any flipping proof of vaccine.
Especially like a mom and
But
pop.
that's as long as I can do that legally. If you guys keep voting in the Liberals, I can't even save people.
Listen, even if I'm telling you right now, Nissa, okay, open your mind a little bit, okay? Take the emotional part of that. And I'm not saying you.
Sorry,
I'm not
one
saying
second.
you specifically.
Let me just ask him about winning his vote. What do you need to hear to win your vote September 20th? What does a political party, what does a politician have to be saying? What issues are important to you right now?
Just for the people. That's what it is. That's all that matters to me. Just take care of the people. That's what it comes down to, you know? We're all in this
cool.
together.
As long as
Okay.
I'm voting, bro. You know me.
Well, Jenner, I'm telling you who you're voting for, eh?
We're already doing it, bro. I was already on that.
We're all voting for the same person.
They have to. It's either they win or they have to be the
You guys,
official
the NDP
opposition.
has to have a stronger stance on vaccine passports, man. They have to have a stronger stance on lockdowns, you
I'll be
guys.
honest with you. I don't even think vaccine passports is going to be a real big, what do you call it? Political platform issue. Is that what they call it? A political issue right now?
No, nobody's, barely anybody has put it on their
Because
thing
all of
unless
them are
they're
mishmash,
specifically
right?
saying that.
Even O'Toole said that
He's against it.
He's playing in the middle.
What did
He's
he
saying
say?
He didn't outwardly say, because politicians choose their words very carefully.
Yeah.
He didn't outwardly say, if I'm elected prime minister, I will not bring.
He just said he disagrees with it.
Right. So playing with words is
Yeah.
a big thing. Okay. He could disagree with it.
Yeah.
Right. But at
That
the end
doesn't
of the
mean
day,
he's
if
going
he
to
has
change
to
the
do it, he has
law.
to do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
That leaves wiggle room for him to say, hey, you guys, too bad. Sorry, I know I didn't want to either. Yeah.
There's no law that they have to change to include verification of a vaccine passport. Remember I said there's two on your passport. The key thing is if Trudeau is going to put it on your passport. And what people fail to understand, in Canada we have one of the most advanced passports in the world. There's a microchip in it. Okay? You could track Canadians' passports. So that means it's a matter of flicking a switch where it's already going to be on your passport. You don't have to sign up for nothing. You know what I mean? They have the main database for your passport, and it's just literally going to be a flick of a switch, and the information is already going to be on your passport.
Well, I don't care how convenient it's going to be. I don't want to see it.
At the end of the day, we have no control. And it's going to happen. So it's either figure it out to not necessarily adjust and conform, you know what I mean? But figure out in a way where it doesn't impede your life. Because it's coming. It's coming.
Edie, final word on federal elections this year.
I feel like Trudeau's going to win again. I don't think he would have called an election if he didn't think he was going to win. So I think it was already
Good
pretty
point.
much set that it's pre-planned that this guy's going to win right now. And I don't hear the other parties talking about anything different than what Trudeau's saying. And no opposite. There's no counter attack on whatever his policies are. I haven't heard anything. So again, I feel like Trudeau's going to win. I don't know what else to say.
I hope not.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another weekly Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
Put it on my pancakes.
I did it.